In this video, we're going to be taking a look at the Geonosian Sun Fek for the Saga collection. This is probably one of the more significant Geonosians in the Star Wars universe. So he does appear in Attack of the Clones, mostly in background scenes. One scene in particular I can think of is when Obi-Wan is eavesdropping on Count Dooku and the Separatist Council during their meeting. You can see him in the background there. And then probably even more significant of a scene for him is in the video game Republic Commando. Delta Squad is on the hunt for him towards the very beginning of the game during the Battle of Geonosis, and they do end up catching him. And then, as I recall, Sev uses his sniper rifle to basically blast Sun Fek out of the hangar there just before he takes off. So I think that ends up being his ultimate end there. But still, very interesting character and a very interesting action figure. So you have this version here, which is the very first release of Sun Fek, and then he was also retooled, mostly just with some extra articulation and updated paint apps, into the relaunch of the Legacy Collection back in 2013, the one that just had a wave or two. And that's a pretty nice action figure as well, but between the two, the Legacy Collection one is much more expensive than this one, but I think this one is pretty much just as good as the other one, and it's much more affordable. I got this action figure in 2020 or somewhere in that range. It was either 19, 20, or 21, and I know I only paid probably $10 for him loose, and he is totally complete, has all of his accessories, including his stand here. But yeah, very nice figure. I'm always glad to add some more Geonosians to my collection, especially a character like Sun Fek. You can tell by his expression there and the way his head is shaped that he's very distinguished, or he has a very high opinion of himself. And he is someone high-ranking in the Geonosian society. I think Pago the Lesser is probably considered like the leader or the hive master or something like that, and then Sun Fek would be like the number 2 or 3. So I really like that head sculpt. Like I said, very distinguished. It does have some personality to it. You can see his eyes there. It has just a hint of red, and they are slanted. I think the eye is a little more defined on his left side there than his right. Interesting. As for his outfit here, tell he has some luxury about him. Kind of a symbol of royalty. And of course, for the rest of him, is pretty standard features for Geonosian, since they are a bug species. It does have these horns here, and the wings on the back. Which are kind of translucent, but they are a sturdy plastic. Then you have his legs here. It's kind of that bold stance. In terms of his articulation, he does have a ball joint to head. Hinge shoulders, I think. Looks like it's hinge shoulders. Yeah. Then hinged elbows. Swivel wrist, I think. Yeah. Then swivel waist. Then swivel hips. Trying to see. No, I don't think there's anything in these. The Legacy Collection version, I think, has knee articulation, though. But he does have hinged ankles. So pretty good articulation. In terms of weapons and accessories, he comes with this Geonosian cannon here. We see these get used in Attack of the Clones, mainly during the droid factory. It is a heavy accessory, and of course because he's holding his staff, just have him hold it one-handed like that. I think he looks okay like that though. And the staff, as I pointed out, very nice. Let's see if we can get him to hold this with two hands real quick. I think his fingers are really close together where it's hard for him to hold this. But you could do something like that. It looks pretty good. You see he has a green plasma there. One other thing about the articulation is in the wings here. Can't get them in a flying pose. I think you could take the wings out as well. They are a separate accessory. Sometimes I have them on display like that. And of course, his stand. Sunfek, Attack of the Clones. Even without a stand, he stands pretty good on his own. He's got a large footprint, and then you can kind of use this plasma cannon to help prop him up. Same with the staff. Yeah, very nicely detailed action figure. Tell Hasbro put a lot of work into him. The scaly skin and then the paint apps. But I think that's pretty much all I can tell you about Sunfek here. And we'll bring out an important companion of his. I also have a video of on the channel, Pago the Lesser. This is also the Saga Collection version. They look pretty good together. Two very distinguished Geonosians. So would I recommend Sunfek for your collection? If you're a big fan of Geonosians or you want something more to interact with your clone troopers, maybe have Sunfek here as like his a clone's opponent or something like that. It's a great action figure to have. And even with all that aside, he's just a great action figure in general. Very nicely detailed, interesting character, very interesting species at that. So I'm happy he's a part of my collection. Definitely one of the highlights from the Saga collection, I think. But anyways, that concludes this review. I hope you enjoyed it. Stay tuned for plenty more reviews in the future. There'll always be more to come. If you haven't already, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. I always appreciate all your support, and check out some of the links in the description if you haven't done so already. And as always, thanks for watching.